what is side chick savior? I think this is what everyone wants to know. We want to know what side chick savior is.
Okay. I know the title always throws people off, but with side chick savior, it was originally supposed to be thank you for saving me. And
wow.
And I think that was the boost to make me right. Okay. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I went back to, hey, what has hurt you the most in life? And I go back and I just start writing, and I remember my early encounters with guys.
Oh, wow.
So I start out that side chick savior with the 7-year-old me, where we lived in the Fouché apartment complex. And I had this little boyfriend. At 7. He was so handsome. He was so handsome, and he could never come outside. His mom wouldn't ever let him come outside. And so we would just talk to each, like when I see his mom car come, I would run.
Oh, wow.
And watch him walk in the house. He'll smile. But one day, he decides that he wanted to get in the window and show me his naked parts.
Oh.
At 7.
No wonder she kept him.
And I was disgusted.
Yeah. I'm thinking you're cute and you're showing me here.
What? But later in life, I found out that something was going on there. Yeah. But, and then, yeah. Is that real? Yeah, and we talk about things being swept underneath the rug. Okay.
Jeez.
Yeah. So after that, my little process still begins because I'm still liking boys. Well, we've discovered that I thought that they were just safe. They were fun.
Of course.
They didn't reject me like the girls did. Yeah. The girls never wanted to be my friend. And, and I used to force myself on females just to be friends with them, but it's like you don't really belong.
And there's a reason for that.
Okay, so I would tell myself, in high school, going to school, hey, you're going to go to school today and you're not going to say anything to anyone. But it never worked. It never worked. So the boyfriends come about, and hey, the most pivotal point was, me becoming sexually active.
Sis, you are not by yourself. Tell your story.
Oh my goodness, sexually active at the age of 14. And no one forced me to do it. My hormones were raging. And at that point, it was hey, I didn't have a boyfriend. I didn't have anything. But it was like, you're going to find someone and you're going to have sex with them.
Oh,
just to see how it feels. And I'm like, okay, let's do that. Really curious.
I wonder a lot of times, because I too, lost virginity to curiosity. And I wonder that's another topic later down the line for people, and what you're doing literally will open the eyes for so many situations that people go through. And throughout our adult lives, we have those trials because of that. And how many women or young girls lose virginity out of curiosity, and we make guys our targets at an early age?
Man, listen. Doing that.
It sounds like she's about to give us some tea, y'all.
Let me just tell y'all, like, when I did it, it was, okay, let me see how it feels. And then it was over, and it was like, oh, that's what it feels like? Oh, next. I can go without that.
Like, is that it?
Man. And I ghost him. Like, literally ghost him.
Oh,
and
wow.
He tracked me down. Hey, you can't stop talking to me. I took your virginity.
What did you do at that young age?
I was like,
what?
Okay, so then with him placing that in my mind, it was like, okay, we can be a thing. But the fact remains that he had a girlfriend. She wasn't in high school, but she was in college. So, yeah, and then he was an athlete.
He was trifling.
Then he was an athlete. So, and then I discovered that I had a thing for athletes.
Okay.
And
same.
Obviously, because, my upbringing. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's who...
Safe haven.
Yes.
Follow with us.
So that turns into a totally different thing. And, that started my... What do we want to call it?
Promiscuous journey.
Maybe that too, but not so much. I would say my repetitive cycles of searching for this love.
Fulfillment. Yes.
Wanted to feel void.
Yes.
And, it was just like, okay. Because although I had sex, I didn't have sex a lot. And I'm picky.
So let me take that back. She was not promiscuous.
No.
At all.
At all.
For the record.
Look, hey, cut the... No, I'm just playing. But no, hey, but some young women, they become promiscuous.
Very,
so
yes.
It just didn't happen that way for me. And we'll go back to that, I guess, with being
put a pin there.
Yeah, put a pin there because I later on discovered something there. Okay. So, like I said, with the repetitive cycles, when I would hear that he was talking to someone else, it would take my attention away from him. Mm-hmm. So, I'm like, okay, well, now let's go to the next. I'm going to talk to this next person. He's going to fulfill me with his conversations, and I'm going to be good because I just need someone to talk to at this point. Like,
girl, I was a nexter.
But look, I was a nexter, but I still had him over here on the back end.
You're pressing my buttons.
Yeah. And then I would ghost the person when he's back over here acting, like he should be. I would ghost that person. So, a lot of, I was hurting a lot of people.
Of course.
So, like I said, that cycle kept going, up until, man, I get to the most pivotal point in my life, and that was being in a 5-year relationship with my son's dad. And in that relationship, I discovered a lot about myself, experienced a lot of traumas, suffered domestic violence, not really brutally beaten, because I'm a slanger. I fight back. But it was torture.
Of course.
It was torture. And, we were young. Mm-hmm.
Experience.
Yes. And I would say that I did a lot of provoking with my flip mouth. Mm-hmm. Didn't know no better.
And that's important. That's important. And that's not an excuse for men to ever
put their
hit
hands,
women or anything, but we as women have to understand that everyone has buttons. Everyone has that breaking point.
Right.
And some of us enjoy pushing those buttons or we don't respect those boundaries, right? Mm-hmm. So at least it's good that, you can hold your responsibility for some of the things that initiated.
Right.
Not excusing him at all, but girl, go ahead, finish giving us this tea.
So, after he was like a friend to me. Okay. So everything wasn't always all bad. I just realized that we had a trauma bond.
Gotcha.
So both of us having past traumas connected us together.
It's just this pool of toxic cycles.
Yes. Yeah. So in that relationship, I found myself being exactly who I was not. I wanted to be exactly who he wanted me to be. But I aspired to be that person. But, he tried to put a rush on it.
Wow.
So it was a lot of pretending. I even did so
false
much
identity.
You're talking about false. I'm talking, and I don't call myself fake, but honey,
we gotta call it like it is, right?
And that was faker than fake.
Yes.
Like,
Wow.
I'm disgusted at that part of me. But it's just like, okay, that. Then we get to the point of a child. Let's back. In this relationship, I began to have relations with a woman, a young lady.
So wait. I know that, you know, and you guys definitely get the book because, of course, we cannot hit everything
right
in this interview. So definitely get the book. But you were in a relationship with your child's father, and within that time frame, you were with a woman. Now, who came first?